Whenever I talk about prioritize and execute, I talk about handling the biggest problem first. That is one technique for prioritize and execute. There's another technique that is also effective depending on the scenario. Sometimes you got 10 problems and you got one, the biggest problem is this, the next biggest problem is that. But you got a couple little straggler problems that aren't that big. You can actually go, you know what? I'm going to get rid of this problem right now. I'm going to focus on this for the next 2 hours, get it done, get it taken care of, boom. Then I can go to the problem that's going to take 3 hours, get that one off my plate. So you actually can then focus on these big problems that might take you a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month to get solved. But you've gotten rid of some of those smaller problems. So you could do that technique as well. The principle is the same as prioritize and execute. But the technique is maybe you go after the small problems first or ones that are going to be easier for you to handle. The point is, it doesn't really matter if you use the first technique or the second technique. Here's another way to do it. This is the biggest problem that I'm most scared of facing. So I am either going to tackle that one. I'm going to tackle that problem. I'm having an existential crisis and I'm afraid to die. Okay, maybe you say, all right, you know what? I'm going to sit down. I'm going to talk to my friend. I'm going to read. I'm going to talk to my friend, Echo, who seems to have a good handle on this kind of stuff. I'm going to try and overcome this fear. Or maybe you say, you know what? That's a huge problem. I don't want to deal with that one right now. I'm going to go to this other thing that's been bothering me, which is, I don't know if I'm in the right career. Both those things work. Now, the other part of this is taking action. Taking action is a starting to move in the right direction. Starting to move starts to solve problems, and it starts to solve emotional problems as well. Mm-hmm. When you sit or you lay down or you sit and you stay static and you don't move, this is not good. Look, are there exceptional times where maybe you need to take a tactical pause and you need to maintain your position for a little while to let a situation develop? Yes, it does happen. 7 out of 10 times, action is going to trump inaction. So let your default mode be, hey, I've got these 5 or 6 emotionally draining situations happening. When you're just sitting there, they're continuing to drain. Don't do that. Get up, start to move, start to figure out how you're going to address some of these problems.